Hello and welcome to this new tutorial on C#. In this tutorial we will discuss how to load data into our ListBox control from a SQL Server database, and we will enhance the functionality which we have created in the previous example. This is our previous example, and if I run the application, you can see when I try to filter this data, if I try to enter any data into this text box, it starts filtering the data in the list box, as you can see. During the course of this tutorial, we load the data manually, as you can see. In this tutorial, we will, instead of manually adding data in here, we will use a SQL Server database with the countries data, with the countries table and the data in here, and we will load this data from here into our application. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is to use a few namespace. The first one is system.data. The second one is system.data.sql client, and we also need system.configuration, and make sure that system.configuration is in here as well, otherwise it will never work. So add a reference, and we will find, here it is, so add that in here as well. Now what we need to do is to first add a connection string into our app.config file, which is in here, and just write here connection strings. Now we will add a new connection string, db test, and then connection string itself, and then finally provide a name which is system.data.sql client. It's this namespace, the provider name. Now how to get the connection string easily and correctly? To add a correct connection string in here, the best way is to go to the data source, Server Explorer, data connection, add connection, and select SQL Server, continue, and then server name, server names, and then it will load all the database for us, and select your database and click connection, test connection. If you see this message, test connection succeeded, click OK, go to advanced, and then copy it from here. Go here, this one. In here, click OK, and then copy it here. And that's all we need. Now what we need to do is go to and delete all this, including that. Now the first thing we need to do is to have the connection string. So, connection string, and we will call or get it from here. So how to do that? Configuration manager dot connection string and db test. What is db test? This is db test. This should be exactly as it is here, otherwise it will not work. And then dot connection string. That's all you need to do. Now we will add a connection string, SQL connection dot con equals to new SQL connection, and the connection string is this one. And now SQL command cmd new SQL command, and we will use store procedure, and the connection object is this one. Now what is the command type? That is command dot store procedure. If you are using store procedure and you don't write this line of code, it will not work. So what is the name of store procedure? USB get all countries. Just copy that and we will create that store procedure. Now go to your database, SQL database, and then programmability, and then store procedure, and create new store procedure. Just delete every single thing and write create procedure, the name of the procedure as, and then begin and end. Select one, what, this column and this column, from which table, this table. That's all we need, and execute it. Sorry, procedure spanning is wrong. Execute, and you will see it here. So now we have the store procedure. We need to open the connection dot open, and we will have a data reader, SQL data reader, and we will use the command dot execute reader, because we are reading the data, and then we will load that data which is in this reader into this data table. So dot load, and inside that reader, that's all we need. So now run the application and you will see every single data is loaded into our list box, and we can now filter that data, as you can see. Now one thing, if you look at this store procedure, we have two columns in here. Currently it's showing the data from country column. If we want to see the data from the other column as well, so country ID and run, and as you can see now, so this is the one we need to use. So there we go. So now with a few line of code, we have load the data from our database into our list box. You can also write this code as using SQL data adapter equals to new SQL data adapter, store procedure name and the connection object. Remove that, and we will add this. Now you don't need that, and you don't need that. Now all you need adapter dot fill, and fill what? This data table. Run the application and you will see the same effect. So you can use both SQL data adapter or SQL data command whichever one you want to use. So with this I conclude this video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.